Thirsty Thursday on the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. I'm Tyler Glen. Thanks for joining us for this Thursday morning. Coming up on the show today, the latest on the search for Savannah Guthrie's mom. She has taken to social media to put out a plea to the public and to her mom should she be near a phone or a device. And things are getting rather serious there. We've got the latest coming up. Also, we are going to explain Manitoba's Facebook food rules. This got quite the discussion going yesterday, I'll tell you. Got a couple of DMs from some sun seekers who have hobbies. They're rather talented in the kitchen, and they like to make some extra cash selling that stuff on Facebook. Some of it is legal, some of it is not. We will attempt to give you some clarity, and I will attempt to not get shot, because they shoot the messenger all the time, and I did get a lot of angry emails and DMs yesterday. I don't know why. I don't make the rules. I agree with you. I don't make the rules, but we will get it right from the horse's mouth today. So if you or someone you love or know is somebody who likes to dabble in the kitchen a little bit, make some extra cabbage on the side, there are things you are allowed to do, and there are things you are not allowed to do. And again, I don't make the rules. We'll clarify. We'll get to the bottom of it, because we don't need more Canadians in trouble. Oh, my God. Tate McRae going onto the bus. You probably don't even know who she is. Tate McRae is a pop singer who's getting roasted online for doing an Olympic commercial. So what's the problem? Well, she was seen with Team USA, and she's Canadian. Well, she's a Canadian singer, is she? Oh. Can't be having that, Celine Dion, Las Vegas. Can't be having that. Drake lives in Los Angeles. No siree. So under the bus she goes. And even more serious is the number one draft pick. Another guy I didn't know until yesterday. This guy is a phenom, right up there with, like, Gretzky and McDavid. This guy is a Canadian hockey player, I believe from the Northwest Territories or the Yukon far north. He got a huge scholarship in the States, allegedly got in a massive bar fight over the weekend, and is charged with multiple counts of assault. So this guy, who 1 minute is a star hockey player, going to probably go first overall in the NHL, is now facing a huge mountain of legal problems and could face 20 years in jail. What is going on? Super Bowl's coming up this weekend. We got more Super Bowl commercials. We have got Billy Bass. Remember the talking bass? Or no, it was the singing bass, wasn't it? Take me down to the river. Everybody had one of those singing basses on the wall. He's in a Super Bowl commercial we've got for you. Lays is out for a heartfelt Super Bowl commercial. We've got Barbie's Ken is on the loose in his Super Bowl commercial. Jurassic Park, George Clooney, Bon Jovi. It's all coming up. It's an extravaganza. And welcome to your Thursday. Thursday. Hello. There's a little, we got a shot of a bus. Is that a bus or semi headed out? On their way, and away we go in the snow, but not for long. Actually, serious voice for a second. There's rain in the forecast for next week. Just putting that on your radar, Monday or Tuesday. This is the time of year where, we're going to see some pretty wild and wacky things in the forecast, and that is never good for roads. Now, for today and for the weekend, it's mild. The roads are generally pretty good. I've had a few DMs this morning, people saying, what's going on the roads? Is everything okay? Everything appears to be okay. There is some slippery sections, once again, down towards the U.S. border. Here's some Manitoba 511 map. This just got updated, actually. So let me show this to you. So these are the highways we're watching here, south of the number one. So if you have somebody traveling south of the Trans-Canada Highway, get them out on the road a little early, okay? Give them some extra time to get to where they're going today. Because it's a little bit slippery. Trans-Canada Highway has some partial snow cover as well and could be slippery. I heard from Verna earlier this morning. She says it can get slippery at times. She was out on the road earlier this morning, got to where she needed to go, but it was a good thing. She heeded the advice of leaving a little bit early, taking her slow. Roads to the north, not too bad. Number 10 might have some slippery sections to the park. But again, this is for folks south of the Trans-Canada Highway, including the number one. If you're headed to Saskatchewan or Winnipeg, give yourself just a little bit of extra time. Nothing too wild and crazy, but you could encounter some slippery sections. Little bit of frost, little bit of snow, little bit of slip and slide. Now, we are in for some really warm temperatures today. We're starting out at 0, which is incredible when you think it was like, a week ago? It's like minus 50 with the wind chill. We'll take this. Look at this. 3 degrees for the high today. Get the gutters down. There's going to be slush and muck and mud and windshield washer fluid needed. The car washes will be busy. 3 degrees the high today. A blip again for Friday. I don't know what this is, but minus 13 on Friday. Then back to the mild temperatures. Minus 3 for our Multicultural Fest weekend. Absolutely perfect to get out and enjoy the 10 pavilions offered in Brandon. If you're from out of town, come visit Brandon. It's a fun weekend. You can go pavilion to pavilion and not have to leave the city. You won't need a passport, a big travel budget, anything like that, and it's a lot of fun. They've got dancing and entertainment and food. And, the Westman Multicultural Festival is a lot of fun. 2 degrees on Sunday and still mild as we get into next week. All righty, there you go. Roads and weather, and we'll keep you updated as the morning goes on. Should something change, should things, freeze up a little bit, get a little slippery. And, again, we appreciate you letting us know. We'll let others know, of course, because we are everywhere. YouTube, X, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, all over the internet, taking over the world. And, of course, at TylerGlenShow.com, where you can lurk in as so many people. Did we just have an earthquake? Oh, it's an earthquake. TylerGlenShow.com is where you can lurk in as so many people do. Appreciate that. You can also watch at twitch.tv/TylerGlenShow, and there's an audio version of the show. You can get that in 30 minutes or less. Again, going to be a valuable show today. Expect a lot of downloads on this Facebook food clarity. I want to sell my cookies. How do I sell my cookies? You can and you can't. There are some rules to the game, and I don't make the rules. So that's the rules for the rules at the top of the game before we even start to play. The Tyler does not make the rules. The government makes the rules. The government controls us. It's government control. And if you have some problems, don't call me. Don't DM me. Contact your local politicians. I can't do nothing about it. I don't make the rules. Please don't contact me. unless you just want to say hello and good morning and good job. Thanks for keeping us informed so we don't get fined, so we don't get in trouble. You're welcome. I'm here for you. I am here to serve. And by the way, the Tyler Glen Pizza Hut shop in my garage is hereby closed. I know. I had a cardboard Pizza Hut sign and everything, but apparently I can't do that. In all seriousness, shifting gears to serious mode, Pizza Hut closing 250 locations stateside. Growing concern in Canada that they may have to close some stores here. Of course, this is nothing new. This is post-COVID, restaurant stresses, high cost, labor shortages, supply chain issues, and we have confirmation as well that the Toys R Us on Regent is closing in 2 weeks. This is important for gift card holders. You have less than a month, half a month. You got to get into Winnipeg and use those gift cards. If you know of somebody that is a fan of Toys R Us, it's official. They can't pay their bills. Things are going to happen fast. So get in there and get those gift cards used up in the next 2 weeks because and it's sad. That was a popular one, and they just invested a whole bunch of money. And again, I'm getting emails. What do you mean they can't be closing that store, Tyler? They can't be. They just renovated. No, listen, I don't make this stuff up. I'm just sharing with you. Don't scream at me. Everybody's screaming at me. All right. Pebbles is in on Twitch this morning along with Robert. Hi, Rob Leandro. Hi, Rob. Good to see you this morning. Road Reverence here too on Twitch. We've got Arnold on TikTok. Also, Magnus is on TikTok, and we got Polar Bear on Twitch. Starting our show this morning. Welcome to a Thursday. Zumba Bernice is here. She's on the road. Good morning from Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam. Wow. That is pretty amazing. On the other side of the world, it's actually 8 p.m. here. So instead of good morning, it is good evening. I hope you've had we're in prime time. Prime Tyler Glen prime time in Vietnam. Good evening, Vietnam. Tracy's here on Twitch. Good morning, Tracy. We have got Elena and Bobby on TikTok. Good morning, Elena and Borrowed Bean on Twitch. Janine's over here on Facebook. We've got Sean on TikTok. Good morning, people. I'm very curious about Zumba Bernice. Wow, 8 o'clock in the evening. Richard's over on the Facebook, and people want to know what the weather is like in Vietnam. Cindy's here on Twitch this morning. Mark is over on TikTok. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Shane on TikTok. I see you. Thank you, Shane. Nice wave for you, too. Jody's here on Facebook. Patricia Ann is here on Twitch. Bernice says that it's sunny and 28 degrees. Your Vietnam update. Sunny and 28. Not as humid here, so it was comfortable. Pebble says, how's the morning? Are you ready for the barbecue in the beach bunker, that +6? Well, still could do a barbecue. Could still do a barbecue. +3 is very close. I hope we see some sunshine today. That would be nice. That'll really speed up the melting, I'm thinking. Nancy is on TikTok. Loretta is on Facebook. And Quentin is here on Twitch. Good morning. Wayne is over on TikTok, and Nick's here on Twitch. Happy Thursday to you. Welcome aboard. Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome to the show. Canadians in trouble is the theme of the show. Canadians in trouble. From our superstar NHL #1 top pick, could spend 20 years in prison. What is happening? Tate McRae. Canadians want to send her to prison for making a commercial. And people would like to see me in jail, I think, too, because I told them there's food rules on Facebook. Send them to jail. Send Tyler away. Send him away. We don't like the rules. I don't either. If you watch the show now and again, if you got to know me, I'm not a fan of the government either. I'll join you with the torches and the pitchforks. KDD 4380 is here. Darren is over on TikTok. Good morning, Darren. Ange is over on Facebook. Thirsty Thursday. Good morning. Eva's here. Oh, Eva, thank you. Quick note, this is super important. There is all the media outlets. I don't know what happened here. This has been a really bad week for government communication. First, we had the city of Brandon with their $6 million sign that was quickly corrected to $600,000. Then the province of Manitoba is doing budget consultations. They're asking the public where they should spend their money. And the information that they sent out said February the 12th. If you go to all the media outlets, it says February 12th on their websites, including mine. It did. I quickly changed it thanks to Eva because Eva's going to speak there. She registered to be at the open house in Brandon. Spread the word on that. Because people who wear the tinfoil would think, why would they give a date that didn't match up with the actual date for Brandon? Now, thankfully, I don't wear the tinfoil. But if you gave a date that didn't match up with the actual date and no one shows up, then you can go, what? I guess we're doing a good job. So thank you for that. It is February 13th, day before Valentine's Day, at the Backyard on Aberdeen. That's Ida's place over by Canadian Tire, okay? Molly's here this morning on Twitch. Good morning, Molly. It's nice to see you. Nina's on TikTok. Good morning, Nina. And JW, welcome. Cindy says, my daughter Regina said it's been slushy there for the past few days. Here comes the melt, hey? Misty Kahinsky is here again on Facebook. Hi, Misty. And Karen Prince is here, too. Welcome aboard. Nick says, then the pizza is free. If I've closed my homemade Pizza Hut in my garage, I kind of like the old Pizza Huts. You know, with those big red tumblers they used to have. And the big lights, the big multicolored lights they had. Oh, man. Borrowed Bean says it's not surprising that stores and restaurants are closing with the way the economy is. Decisions have to be made. Loosen the purse strings. You know, as I was looking at the food discussion from yesterday, you know, and I had to once again shut the comments down because people started name calling and cursing and a combination of both, and then started attacking restaurants. And the thing is that, you know, guys, you know, attacking anybody we need to really get past this. It's so awful right now. And I know everybody is stressed. But the thing is now, I think people who are hobby food makers can understand the frustrations of restaurants. Because you think that homemade food sellers have a lot of rules when it comes to producing food. Try and open a restaurant. Talk to a business owner. Ask what kind of rules they have to adhere to. Because I make fun of my Pizza Hut in my garage, which would never be allowed. I'm joking, of course. But if I actually wanted to open a Pizza Hut, you should see the rules that the government, it's unbelievable. And those rules cost businesses money. So, you know, we're kind of all in the same boat. Trev's here. Good morning, Trev. We're going to get into the good thing because I'm going into overtime here. And we got lots to get to this morning. Busy show. Savannah Guthrie mom update coming up. Savannah takes to the internet for a plea. We've got, it's just a terrible situation. She needs her meds. Can we just get her meds, please? And we've got the latest on that coming up. By the way, this is how Good Thing works. We've got a lot of folks on the TikTok platform this morning. Please chime in, type in GT and then dash, and then tell us something good that happened from yesterday. We like to start the day with a little bit of positivity, and you can help out with that by telling us about yesterday's good thing, and gets us started on a positive note. And it's always awesome when you can go shopping and not need any money. The No Money Miracle continues at Leon's, where you pay nothing till 2028. This is Western Manitoba's furniture, appliance, and electronics headquarters. Yes, it is. For a limited time, save up to 50% off select sofas, beds, and mattresses. Plus, you pay nothing till 2028. No money down, not even the taxes or the fees, and no monthly payments OAC on your FlexiCard. Plus free local delivery on purchases of $7.99 or more. The best brands for less at leons.ca and 3635 Victoria Avenue. Speaking of best brands, Creasy Hot Tub and Billiards, Jacuzzi Jacuzzi is the best brand in the hot tub business. And boy, what a weekend to be in the backyard. Those bubbles going, the lights are on, the steam is rising. It's +3. You get out of the tub and you don't have to run quite as fast to that back door to get in the house because it's kind of nice. This is perfect hot tubbing weather. And it's a perfect time to get one. The 2025 Jacuzzi clearance is on. Hot tub starting at $7,500. Total savings up to $10,000 on in-stock tubs. Free smart tub upgrade on select models and more. 2500 Park Avenue in Brandon. Jacuzzi Hot Tubs of Manitoba. Creasy Hot Tubs and Billiards. At Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC Certified Service and Certified Service Express. Everything from oil changes to new batteries. And, of course, that check engine light, that dreaded check engine light. They'll take care of it for you. Rest easy knowing that certified technicians are working on your GM vehicle at 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon. Okay, good things. Let's do it. Positive vibes, positive vibes. Janine had some Timmy's paid for by the person in front of me at the drive-thru. Happened on Victoria Avenue. Yay! Very nice. How nice. Gotta love when that happens. Cindy, I wouldn't send you to jail. Maybe put you in the pasture. Oh, I can hang out with those cows. The Rich Club with our sunglasses on. That is awesome. Love when somebody pays for the I haven't had that happen in a long time. I should just put it on the Facebook. What kind of car I drive. Those who wish to pay for my Timmy's order, this is what my car looks like, just in case. So when you're looking in your rearview mirror, that's awesome. Here comes the slush, says Nick. Yesterday's good thing. What happened yesterday? What was good yesterday? What happened yesterday? That was a good thing. Borrowed Bean has a good thing. Couldn't think of what to make for my 4 teenagers for supper. It's always a dilemma. It is one of those things that a lot of people. The first thing when they wake up, it's not what do I got planned for the day? What are the roads going to be like? What's the weather going to be like today? No. Statistics show that when most people get out of bed, they're thinking, what are we doing for dinner tonight? It's a big question and doesn't always have answers. But Borrowed Bean, because she couldn't. This is fantastic. You made a poutine buffet. It was a huge hit. Hey! So then what you need to do is you put that in the repertoire, right? You put that in the repertoire. Our repertoire is, which is like the kind of the menu of the Casa de la Tyler Glen. We've got Taco Tuesday, world famous Taco Tuesday. Used to be barbecue Saturday, but the weather's been too cold. Pizza Friday. Of course, everybody eats pizza on Friday. It's the most popular day of the week for pizza. And then it's wiener water soup the rest of the week. So that's the Casa de la Tyler. Wiener water soup. Oh, there's nothing like it. So delicious, smoky, and good. Slightly murky, and it's fantastic. Speaking of selling food out of your own kitchen, I'll tell you, once they take the rules away, and maybe if we all just, lobby the government, maybe I'll bottle up my wiener water soup and I'll be rich. I'll be rich. Cindy has a GT. Oh, I got to say hi to Alan Cooley. Hey, Alan Cooley on Facebook. Good morning. Good to see you, pal. Hello, hello, hello. Angela says, because of the good deed of buying somebody's take a drive-through order, that it goes to show you that there is still good people out there. There's one, maybe two good people out there. Feels like things are falling apart. I don't know how much longer I can hang on. Feels like things are falling apart. Cindy went drinking with her friends last night. I'm kidding. GT had a beer with a friend on a Wednesday night. Wow, Wednesday night. Oh, man, good for you. Trev says you should make sure you drive an old Montana van. That way people would feel sorry for you. They'll definitely, that's what I do. I drive that around. All my cars are our old jalopies that kind of are falling apart. You know, it's the ways of the world. The thrifty Ukrainian. I live high on the hog. I've said this before on the show. I am the tightest consumer that you can hear me coming from a mile away, and it's not because I'm overweight and panting. It's because I'm squeaking when I walk. Squeakity squeak. What do you mean there's 600,000 kilometers on my car? There's still lots of good miles left on this car. Pebbles was out walking yesterday and, actually got in 2. Ooh, 2 for 1 special. That's fantastic. Nice. Katie says, GT finally got some sleep. That is huge. See, and this is a lesson to others on the stream that it doesn't have to be a big thing. It just has to be something cool, something awesome, something good for you. And a good night's sleep. I think that's what happened to me on Tuesday. And I came in here, Sunseekers are like, what the hell is wrong with Tyler? He is like, did he drink 6 pots of coffee? Is he on something? It's like, you know what I'm on? A good night's sleep. And that's so hard to come by in 2026, isn't it? You got to shut the news off. I got to shut the news off. Katie finally got some sleep. Haven't been able to sleep all week due to a bad cold, but finally feeling better. Yeah. Woo. Good to hear it. On the mend. On the mend. And oh, you guys, this is Germaphobe Tyler speaking. Germaphobe Tyler. Use the alcohol sanitizer in the coming days and weeks, along with wash your hands, because with +3 warm temperatures, you know, the germs are going to be making a comeback. Alan says, good to hear your voice. I'm so glad. Thanks, Alan. I do get that a little bit from time to time. I had last week, a lady met me in the store and says, you had to grab me by the shoulder and says, oh, I miss you on the radio. Oh, my God, it's been 5 years since I've graced the radio ever. I said, you know, I am online. Oh, I know. I catch it when I can. But, you know, she missed me on the radio. God, it's been so long. Time is moving so fast. Zumba Bernice in Vietnam drinking Vietnamese beer and sent a picture. Oh, man. One of these days, when the economy improves, I will drink beer again. I will be able to afford one. Oh, my gosh. Bia Saigon. And this beer is about $500 a can. So this is awesome. You know, I would love to someday try something so unique. $500 for a can of beer. Incredible. And that hat is probably another $1,000. Oh, what a beautiful Instagram picture. Beautiful. Now that is a good thing. That is good. I can't remember what beer tastes like. Pebbles also, she had lots of good things happening. See how positive she is? She went for a walk and she had egg salad. Now, if you went for a walk after your egg salad, that would help you to make sure you've got the walking path all to yourself. Because I don't know what it is about eggs. Look at this. I took a picture of my egg salad. There it is. There it is. Bread just waiting to be consumed. Hey, Blessed Mama, yesterday's GT ran into you at the mall. I was coming out of the Shoppers Drug Mart there, getting all netted up. Wyatt was like, wow, he's a super nice guy. Hey, Mom? Oh, thank you. I get that quite a bit. Boy, you're really kind of a nice guy in real life. I must come across as a real jerk. Because I do get that often. You're actually nice. You're actually a nice guy. My reputation precedes me, perhaps. I don't know. I try to be nice on the show. Maybe perceived fast banter maybe makes me come across as a smart aleck. Perhaps. I could get that. My teachers accused me of that. It was good to see you guys. That happened. It was just like, and we literally ran into each other. We were both walking with our heads down. It was windy out. It was cold. I was trying to get to my car. They're trying to get in the mall. It's just like, boom. And it's just like, Tyler, Glen. I'm like, oh my God. Hello. You're all tanned. It was great to see you. Sorry, I kind of give you an Elaine greet. No, it's all good. It's all good. There's no need. I love it. I love it. It's so great. It's weird for me though because I know you guys. We pretend like we know each other, but we kind of like when we get to meet each other in person, it's a little bit different. We got to get a barbecue going this spring. I really am starting to that whole Clear Lake meetup idea is starting to grow on me a little bit. Maybe we'll have a barbecue. Anyway, we have got to get to a beach break. We have got to get I am blah, 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 blah. But I know we got 2 hours of show, but I got a lot of stuff to share. So thank you for your good things, you guys. If you still got them, that's fine. Let her fly. But we got lots of stuff on the agenda today. Thank you. Remember, something great's going to happen to you today. Something good is going to happen to you today. And let's lock and load and get it ready for Friday, okay? And in the meantime, we're going to hit the beach and this is one of my favorite ones. We're going to go over to Spain. I guess we're going to have to pull up some Thai beaches. Is that where you're headed, Bernice? Is Thailand? We'll see if we can find a camera that you can photobomb on. But right now, as she gets settled, being able to build an app with as she gets settled in Southeast Asia, we're going to go to the Benidorm in Spain, which is pretty awesome. So let's do that. The Benidorm in Spain, and we'll be back with more food, fun places, and mayhem. They got a lot of buildings here. It's beautiful. Live shot of the Benidorm in Spain. It's a Thirsty Thursday on the show. Thank you for being here, guys. Canadians in trouble. Oh my gosh, the Olympics are underway. Canada won a curling yesterday, I guess, hey? almost at the weekend. This is Thursday. Welcome to Thursday, the brother of Friday, which means the weekend is not far away, Sunseekers. Yes, you're almost there, just over that hill. And we will reach the finish line of Friday, the end of another week. Oh my gosh, aren't those waves gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. Benidorm in Spain, a live shot. Good morning, wherever you are lurking in from. It's great to have you along. We've got a beautiful day set for southwestern Manitoba today. We start out at 0. Roads are a little bit slippery, especially south of the Trans-Canada Highway. I'm going to pull up Manitoba 511 again. We do have some concerns on some stretches of road underneath the Trans-Canada. Yellow means that we're going to have some partial cover, right? And white means that we've got snow cover and snow and ice. Excuse me. And you can see, based on the Manitoba 511 map, there's a lot of white here south of the Trans-Canada Highway. And again, warm weather conditions are likely to affect the roads, especially next week, when we expect some rain in the forecast, which is never good this time of year. Rain is fantastic. Moisture is always welcome, but when you're around the freezing mark, it can make driving hairy, and we expect driving to be a little bit tricky next week, so we're watching that closely. And again, if you're traveling on the Trans-Canada Highway or highways to the south, maybe give yourself just a little bit of extra time to get to where you're going today. +3 is the high today, and a bit of a blip on the weather menu for tomorrow. Basically, it's our only below normal day this week. Just to remind you that, hey, don't get too excited about spring. Don't get to it. -13 is the high Friday. Then back to warmer temperatures. -3 on Saturday, Sunday, +2. And even that -8 next week is still above the normal for this time of year, which is -10 degrees. Okay, the latest involving Savannah Guthrie's mom. The search continues. She was taken from her home. Police have put up caution tape around her home again, and Savannah Guthrie took to the internet yesterday to issue a plea, and it's such a mystery and such a terrible situation where there's blood found at the scene, and there were ransom notes sent to several media outlets, including a newspaper and TMZ. Now, the FBI is involved, and they have said that there is no substantial evidence to confirm that the ransom notes are real. Apparently, they are not real. So the search for Savannah's mom continues. Here she is.
We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her.
NBC Today show host Savannah Guthrie posted this video on social media on Wednesday night, addressing both her mother and those responsible for her mother's disappearance, pleading for them to get in contact.
We are ready to listen. Please, reach out to us.
84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was reported missing over the weekend. Authorities believe she was taken from her home in Arizona against her will, and officials said there were signs of forced entry at the home in the Catalina Foothills neighborhood. She has limited mobility, and officials do not believe she left on her own. In the message, Savannah Guthrie said her family had heard about a ransom letter in media reports and highlighted her mother's need for her medication.
Her health, her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She is without any medicine. She needs it to survive. She needs it not to suffer.
A Tucson church held a vigil for Guthrie on Wednesday while the investigation by the Pima County Sheriff's Department continued.
So, again, we'll continue to watch it. The whole world is watching this. It's riveting. I mean, we all have senior citizens in our life. And again, if you're just new to this situation, she's cognitively just fine. There were online rumors that potentially it was a disgruntled ex-family member that may have taken her. The rumors so far have all been quashed to this point. And that's what makes this especially frustrating, is there's really nothing to go on in this. Except a bloody crime scene, which, again, is littered with all kinds of caution tape and investigation tapes. So that is crazy about her mom, says BM. Cindy says, so many whack jobs sending fake ransom notes. Well, they know that she's a famous person. She's a Today Show host. She was supposed to captain the Olympic coverage for NBC and obviously won't be doing that. But I mean, it just goes to show you what kind of media personality she is. Probably one of the highest profile media personalities in the United States. And that does come with a big paycheck. But it also comes with people coming out of the woodwork that are completely nuts, crazy. And, you know, these folks that are sending these ransom notes are obviously just out for the cash. And they want it in Bitcoin, and it's awful. I feel so bad for her. She seems like such a nice person. And you know, you just can't help but feel empathy that if any of us had to go through something like this, it would just be awful, just awful. So anyway, we'll continue to watch that. Canadians in trouble. Tate McRae, she is a pop singer from Calgary that is really getting roasted online. I think it's needless and pointless, but people have to channel their anger somewhere, so let's throw it at a pop star. But there is another Canadian that's in trouble and could be facing 20 years in prison for possible assault charges, and this guy is like a wicked good hockey player. Canadian kid going to, I think it's Penn State. Full scholarship, could go number 1 in the NHL draft, and we've got his story coming up in a second. First, Facebook food. Boy, did this get a lot of attention yesterday. How did this get going? Well, as I've been saying, social media has been very busy lately. I've received a few DMs from some folks saying, hey, have you heard that the government is reaching out to people and saying, we shouldn't be selling food on Facebook anymore? To which I've said, no, I know you have to have a commercial kitchen to do that. And so clarity is required on what you can and cannot do on Facebook with regards to food. Because I'm not sure who it is, to be honest, if it's a health inspector or Agriculture Canada. I don't know who it is, but it's somebody from the government who could DM you or reach out to you and say, you're not allowed to do that. And it appears to be happening more, probably because more and more people are selling food online. And some people can and some people can't. So I think, first off, I'm asking to pump the brakes a little bit here. Okay, everybody take a deep breath. We don't want to narc on everybody and say, Jimmy's selling cookies out of his kitchen, because you don't know that Jimmy may have reached out to the government and gotten permission. So Jimmy's allowed to do that. There's no problems. So don't narc on Jimmy. Don't narc on your neighbor. That's unnecessary. But there are some folks that are selling their wares on social media, and it's not allowed. Don't get mad at me. Again, I know it pisses people off, but I don't make up the rules. And people were furious yesterday. And I'm sorry, I don't blame them. But it's best to get it from the horse's mouth, because people want to know, well, what about my farmer's market? Well, and here's the thing, and maybe this is why this is happening right now, is we need more farmers markets, because farmers markets are okay. Largely, mostly. Now, this needs to be an official farmer's market, because that's okay. You can take your cookies, your borscht, and whatever, and it's probably easier for me to just, at the end of the day, show you based on questions that have been asked of the government. They've put together a special online sales of food products Q&A. So this way, if you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to Manitoba Government Ag and Food. mbagfood@gov.mb.ca. Quentin said any food being sold needs to be made in an inspected kitchen. This is not new. But just like our attachment to America, I hate to draw this line. Sorry, forgive me. Indulge me for a second. Canadians are waking up to the fact that 80% of our economy is attached to the United States, and they're not happy about that. I knew that. A lot of people knew that. Why is this news to people? And now we have this again, Quentin, where something that our generation has known pretty much forever is just what? When did this happen? This has been here for a long time. This is nothing new. What is new is the popularity of it. There is a lot of people that are trying to make ends meet by selling some stuff online. So, do I need a permit to sell food online? Yes, Section 3-1 of the Food and Food Handling Establishment Regulation requires a person operating food handling must have a permit. A permit is required to process food that's going to be sold anywhere, including online. I already have a permit. Can I sell food online? Yes, with a permit. And this is why I'm saying don't narc on anybody, please. They may have a permit. Just get a permit. I know it's a pain. I know they're probably going to charge you, but can I produce a non-potentially hazardous food at home and sell it online? Look at question 3. The answer is no. Food must be made in a permitted facility or commercial kitchen. Am I able to produce a potentially hazardous food product from my home? No, I don't. That's a pretty obvious question. What would be potentially hazardous? I mean, if I'm making burritos, and burritos are fantastic, but they could be potentially hazardous to those around me after I've consumed them. Stand back, boys and girls. Okay, but you know what's important in question 4? There are exemptions for farmers markets. So there's a link here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this on my website so you can feel free before you or anyone else, or say you see somebody narking on someone. Here's what you do. Don't call them out online. DM them this information. Let's be kind to each other. People sometimes just don't know what the rules are. Q says, I'd be charged if I sold any wild meat and it's not inspected. Again, things that what? What, you're meeting those skunks I hit on the side of the road and I'm making skunky treats and putting it on the Facebook? I'm going to get in trouble? So now you tell me, boy. Come on, my skunky treats are selling like hotcakes. Tyler Glen's skunky treats. Come on. I have to have a business license for my little shop. I go through proper channels. Well, and, that's something entirely, well, not entirely different, but it's a bit of a pivot away. But the food thing is something that people are allowed. I think the problem is farmers markets. There's an exception to the rule. And whenever there's an exception to the rule, people are like, well, but I did this, or I did that, or I did this, and this person did that. Listen, again, I'm not the rule maker. I don't even know what a hawker's permit is. Does anybody know what a hawker is? It says if I have a hawker's permit, can I sell online? Yes. Okay, that's something new. Again, something you'll have to investigate. So there's your meat question answered. Can I sell uninspected meat and uninspected eggs online? No. Blessed Mama says, ask ChatGPT. Oh, what a hawker is? What is a meat hawker? To me, that sounds like somebody that's just... What is a meat hawker in Manitoba? Maybe Q knows. I'd test that wild. I'll test the wild meat, she says. Oh, okay. A meat hawker is someone who sells meat directly to consumers without using a retail store. Oh, so those are basically they're mom and pop butcher shops, I guess. And we see those on Facebook. And again, some people are allowed, some people are not. Purchases inspected and approved from licensed suppliers sell directly to the public. They cannot slaughter or process meat themselves unless they use licensed processors. Oh my! The rules are unreal. But it's good to check. And I'm sorry I had to bring this to people's attention. I do. I apologize. But it's better to be safe than sorry. Of course, this is to ensure that meat sold directly. What a weird name. Meat hawkers. Meat hawkers register with Manitoba Agriculture. Okay. What do you do? I'm a meat hawker. I've never in my life heard that term before. So I learned something new already. Quentin says, at a farmer's market, there's a record of who is selling what. So should muffins be questionable, they can trace it. Much easier than the Wild West of the Facebook. If I prepare okay, we did the potentially hazardous food, blah, blah, blah. I sold my product at our here's a good question. Question 10. I sold my product at our local farmer's market this summer. How can I sell online? If you're making non-hazardous food products at home, you can only sell at the farmer's market, not online. If you've already prepared your food in a rented, leased, permitted facility and hold the permit, you can. So again, there are exceptions to the rule. Think of it like driving a car. Remember how it used to be on the farm? Well, I didn't need a driver's license to drive the tractor from the side of the house out to the field. Right. But as soon as you take a car onto the highway, you need this little thing called a driver's license. It's not that you can't, you just need to have the license. And so all the questions are answered here. They do a pretty good job with this Q&A. Manitoba Agriculture can help you build your future in food. Our business development specialists offer consulting, pathway, services, training, and resources. So I'm not going to get too deep into this because there are questions that are going to come up that can't be answered here. But what I will do is I will point you in the right direction. And should you see somebody online that is angry, frustrated, narking, has questions, maybe has inaccurate information, make sure you just point them in the direction of the accurate information, but back up slowly. Because anytime you tell people, here's where you go for it, they could throw an egg at you. And as long as it's an inspected egg, that's okay. If it's an uninspected egg, there could be some big trouble. By the way, I am a licensed beef jerky inspector. If you got some beef jerky that hasn't been inspected, I will gladly. And I also inspect pizzas. I also inspect beef. Any kind of beef. I don't know about this beef. It smells. I don't care. It's so expensive. What about lemonade stands? Oh my God, don't get started on those. Because the legalities of a lemonade stand are the same thing. And where there's problems is you have police officers who have discretion. They think it's adorable. They go buy a lemonade. They take a picture, put it on Instagram. We would stop by Cindy, and she's got a lemonade stand going on, and she's so adorable, and here's a picture of it, and people are like, well, I want a lemonade stand. Then you got, I don't know, somebody that works for the Department of Health comes by and sees little Bart with his lemonade stand a couple blocks away and says, do you have a permit for this? Well, no, I don't. I'm just selling lemonade. Then we're shutting you down. There's so much discretion, too. You know, when some appear to be allowed or some can do it and others can't, that creates frustration. The laws are applied unevenly. Just check. That's all. Just check. And again, I will put the official government resources on my website at tylerglenshow.com. Maybe we need legal advice. Now's the time to maybe get Andrea on the show from Epla Office. Want to sell cookies, Andrea? Epla Office doesn't deal with that stuff. They deal with the legalities of buying or selling a home. You can't just go on the street and say, hey, want to buy my house? Yeah, I'll give you $1,000 for it, and it's a deal done. Again, you need a lawyer. There's a process involved. And that's where Epla Office can help. You pay them. They will take care of all that stuff for you. Maybe they should get into food law. Who knows? Epla Office does real estate law. They do corporate law. They can help you take your food business and incorporate it. And they also do wills and estates, and they're lovely people to deal with over on 18th Street. Go pay them a visit, 642 18th, Unit A, across from the RBC. At the Elkhorn Resort Clarkson Nordic Spa, the perfect place, romantic place to be celebrating Valentine's Day. And they've got some great Valentine's Day deals in effect. Do give them a follow on social media. They've got a gift card promo. Buy $150 in gift cards between February 8th and 13th and get 50% off your next Nordic Spa visit. Skip the Valentine's rush and enjoy the Nordic Spa for $69 plus GST on February 13th. They've got ski packages coming soon. And wine tasting is also on the menu, which is coming up on February the 11th. at the Clarkson Nordic Spa, complete with a sommelier and charcuterie board and all kinds of wines. So check that out at the Elkhorn Resort, Clarkson Nordic Spa at Clear Lake. And you've always got time for Tim Hortons. Go Team Canada. Bit of a rough start, not only for our athletes, but for CBC Gem. I noticed that the broadcasters don't know how popular something's going to be. You know, Netflix has had these problems when they did the boxing. Remember, they still have some problems with football. CBC Gem, when the Olympics come on, Canadians jam into the app, and it sometimes can get jittery. It'll freeze up. Trust me, I know this is the new media. Sometimes things don't work as they should, but I'm sure they'll get that ironed up. The opening ceremonies for the Olympics are on Friday, 1 o'clock Brandon time. And Tim Hortons is proud to be the official coffee supplier of the Canadian Olympic team. So, you know, they're going to be wide awake and zooming down the hill and sliding down the luge and doing all the amazing things thanks to some amazing caffeination. And you know it. You've always got time for Tim's, home of the classic donut deal, $1 with the purchase of any hot beverage. Oh, you love it. The apple fritter, the Boston cream, the honey cruller, the old-fashioned plain, chocolate dip, and vanilla dip. Standing with Team Canada in Italy with 10 Westman locations. Brandon, Virden, Neepawa, Dauphin, and Moosomin. Next up on the show, the hockey player that could spend 20 years in prison. Apparently a big bar fight over the weekend could end this guy's career. This is a terrible story. My gosh, this guy was going to go number 1 in the NHL draft. Huge scholarship at a big U.S. school.
Penn State hockey star now at the center of a case drawing national attention. Forward Gavin McKenna faces serious assault charges tonight. Court documents say 18-year-old McKenna has been charged with felony aggravated assault, misdemeanor simple assault, and 2 summary assaults, including disorderly conduct and fighting and harassment.
Now, we just received the criminal complaint. The incident took place this past Saturday around 8:45 p.m. in front of the Pew Street parking garage in downtown State College. Police say McKenna and a group of people left Doggy's Pub when McKenna got into a verbal altercation with another group. Police say McKenna punched a 21-year-old man twice who suffered fractures to his jaw.
Alcohol. Is there nothing alcohol can't do? Canadian kid goes to U.S. school, gets... Thank you very much. Canadian kid goes to U.S. school, has a few to drink, and gets in a fight. Oh, my God, let this be a lesson to us all, hey? Number 1 draft pick, potentially, this kid could have been. Canadian kid.
Suffered fractures to his jaw, lost a tooth, and could hardly speak afterwards.
And after talking to the victim's friends, police were able to identify McKenna from street camera footage. That alleged assault happened the same day as the Penn State hockey team hosted a game at Beaver Stadium that drew more than 74,000 people.
John Hanna, the Associate Director of Strategic Communications with Penn State Athletics, sent us a statement that says, "We are aware the charges have been filed. However, as this is an ongoing legal matter, we will not have any further comment."
Yeah, so according to the criminal complaint, the patient's jaw was wired shut on Monday and will remain that way for 2 weeks. McKenna, who's from Whitehorse, Yukon in Canada, is projected as the number 1 prospect for this year's NHL draft. And in Pennsylvania, if found guilty, the maximum penalty for first-degree felony aggravated assault is up to 20 years in prison.
And not to mention, like, he's 18 years old. Isn't it 21 years old to drink it? Like, those are the normal charges for Canadian kids in the States. And it's very common. I hate to say it. I'm not condoning it, but you have these college kids that go to school in the States, 18, 19 years old. And it's not like they don't have parties. Of course they do. Huge parties. Huge frat parties. When you're 19 years old, and, you know, they take that stuff down there seriously. I have friends that have come pretty close to getting kicked out of the country. Some places have a 3-strike rule where it's like, you know, you get caught drinking booze under 21 3 times, you're kicked out of the country, kicked out of school. You got to go home. This is incredibly much worse. 20 years in prison, NHL career likely to go bye-bye. It's all alleged right now, but something happened. Can you say regret, says BM Cindy? Says there's one thing that alcohol can't do, and that's get him out of this situation. We will follow that, let you know how it goes, because, again, he's a Canadian kid. Good Canadian kid. Had too much booze. And then another Canadian kid in trouble. It's far less serious. In fact, it's ridiculous. Tate McRae is getting roasted online for making a TV commercial with promoting U.S. Olympic athletes because she's Canadian. How dumb is this? Also, Super Bowl ads coming up in hour 2. We have got some awesome Super Bowl ads. We've got Billy Bass, the singing fish on the wall. Remember him? Heartfelt Lay's Super Bowl commercial. Not all Canadians will see the Super Bowl commercials in the big game this weekend. We've got them, all the good ones, all the big ones, as we count down to the biggest game of the year, Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, and it's all about the food and commercials. And yeah, they're playing a football game. We'll take a look at those coming up in hour 2. In the meantime, we have to say farewell to our friends on the other platforms. Hey, come and join us. It's great to be lurking, but it's even better when you join the conversation. Twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show. You can lurk in at TylerGlenShow.com and watch, listen, but we like when you participate too. Okay? So to do that, again, just get signed up with a free account on Twitch and come and join the fun. All right? Otherwise, hey, have a great day. Look for those Manitoba food links a little bit later this morning at TylerGlenShow.com. And in the meantime, thank you, TikTok. Thank you, Facebook. We're moving the party over to Twitch and to the website. Thank you, X. Goodbye.